Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here, and this time reviewing on issue 4 of Infinite Crisis. Now, like I've said before, it's a 7-part series, and was meant to feature the return of the multiverse, as well as the reappearance of the original Earth 2 Superman and the survivors from the previous crisis. Now, the cover has basically Superboy-prime and Superboy duking it out, while Crypto tries to help. And the story starts off how the Brotherhood of Evil have been constructed by Deathstroke to drop Chemo in Bloodhaven. And when one of them says, "Do you think Chemo understands what we're gonna do? I don't think he cares." And so they drop him down, which ends up blowing up Bloodhaven. And it's also shown that Alexander Luthor and that have been gathering people that have been linked to the previous Earths to be used for the Tower of the Remains of the Anti-Monitor. And Power Girl says, "Let me out of here, Alex. Let us all out." And so, pretty much, Superboy-prime and Alex Luthor have secretly been going behind Superman's back. As well, it has been revealed they have been on New Earth longer than they should have, as it has stated that they found a way to get out, and also used the Anti-Monitor's remains and found it, posed as pretty much Lex Luthor, and other events leading up to the other issues. And so at this point, you can tell that Alex Luthor thinks he's the hero, and is going to bring back Earth 2, but is going to create a more better world, and so puts Power Girl to sleep. And so Alex lets Superboy-prime go out to play, and talk with Connor Kent. Batman finds Nightwing, who has been survived at Bloodhaven, and says, "I need to get back in there. Wait!" And so it turns out Superman and some of the other ones that can survive radioactiveness have been looking for survivors. And so Superman returns after Alex Luthor asks how did it go, and he says, "Yes, you were right about him. He's strong, like the man I knew, just a little lost, but he did make a point." And he points out that, this Dick Grayson had gone from his role as Robin, and even talked with Lois saying that everything's going to be alright. And so Superboy-prime shows up to talk with Jonathan and Martha Kent, and this scene here does lead up to 2 other issues of the Teen Titans. And so Superboy-prime confronts Connor and calls him an imposter, a fake, and that he should have his life. And pretty much punches him out, saying, "You're not Superboy!" And so, meanwhile, Jaime's in bed, wakes up by Booster Gold. Turns out the Scarab had leached onto him, and that the Scarab actually was Ted Kord's. And back in Smallville, Superboy-prime mercifully beats the crap out of Connor, and says, "You're not just an imitation. Everyone knows that. I'm the real Superboy." And so Crypto tries to help, gets beaten the crap out of, and Superboy Connor Kent goes against Prime. Even Batman talks with Dick Grayson and shows him everything, and even points out that he does miss the old times. And this is a moment you can tell Bruce does kind of care about Dick Grayson and sees him as his oldest son. And so Superboy-prime throws cars at Connor Kent, tries to strangle him, but suddenly uses the Teen Titan device and calls on every Teen Titan and Justice Society member to go against him. So meanwhile, it's revealed that Christopher Allen had survived and is dead, and actually turns out he's now part of the Spectre, which would have him later on getting his own comic book series. So Superboy-prime beats everyone, tries to beat everyone up, but accidentally kills one of the Titan members, and he's like, oh no, I don't mean to do that. And this is the moment where he starts freaking out and starts panicking, and this is where moment he's doing all this, but chooses to blame everyone else. And he's like, you're ruining me. And so kills another one. So the speedsters have to kind of get rid of Superboy-prime, and pretty much after basically going through, or Jay Garrick's left behind, and after basically Wally West takes in too much, and Linda Park decides to go with Wally West to wherever he's going, and this ends up with basically Bart Allen going further, and Superboy-prime making fun of him, and pretty much Barry Allen and the other speedsters from before managed to pull Superboy-prime in, and pretty much Jay Garrick says, the Speed Force, Ted, it's gone. And so pretty much Alex Luthor and Psycho Pirate activate the machine, and Psycho Pirate is working with them as he remembers the crisis and everything that happened, and they use Black Adam to power the machine, and soon everything is reverted back to what it used to be, or an imitation of it, with the Earth 2 versions of the heroes back into their original Earth, and Superman and Lois Lane of Earth 2 taking back to the Daily Star, ending the story. So issue 4 is actually alright. I think it does show Superboy-prime is becoming more and more deluded and more violent, and it shows how grieving and anger can cloud one's judgment. And I think it's a moment that does kind of redeem Batman a bit more, and everything that's happened is because of Alexander Luthor and Superboy-prime. So the issue deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.